Hi, and thank you for joining us today on the Road to Recovery. I'm your host, Rhonda Jackson, serial entrepreneur and small business advocate. And today's conversation, if you are a retailer, if you are a restaurateur, in addition to my emerging and established conversations, you want to be here. I am dialoguing today with Diana Williams, the CEO of the West Valley Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Diana.
Hello, Rhonda. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. On behalf of the West Valley Warner Center Chamber of Commerce, we really thank you for creating this time slot for us today.
Oh,
Thank you.
of course. Fellow entrepreneur-minded spirits. That's what we are. We're gathering as community to share information. So this is a beautiful thing. Diana, one of the ways that I like to start the show is I like to ask guests for one word that they would use to describe now where the world is. What would your one word be?
Opportunity.
Ooh, say a little more. Why that word?
Sure. You know, we opened yesterday. Today's June 16th. We opened yesterday, and you can just really feel, it's palpable that people are excited and that there's opportunity for the recovery process, and there's opportunity for people to connect, to be together in person, and there's just, it's a bright future, and there's a lot of opportunity for our business community and our community as a whole.
Well, I am glad that you have that mapped out on our horizon, because I know, including myself, business owners alike, could use a few opportunities right now. So I want to take this opportunity, though, to remind people that are listening into this conversation, if you haven't already done so, please press the little red button down below and subscribe to the channel. So conversations like this will come straight to your inbox and you'll get those notifications. So where should we think that we're going to find these opportunities? Where are we now? Like, what are business owners, what are some of the pain points, or what are some of the things that you're hearing from the business community?
Well, during the process, we really made sure we were connected and finding out what their needs were during the process, and providing as many resources as we possibly could, not only to the business owners, but also to the community, because they needed to know what was happening, and who was offering curbside delivery, and some of our restaurants even got to the point where they were offering groceries and different things like that. Now that we're open, there's still guidelines in place, and we still need to make sure that our community is aware of those, and we still need to make sure that we are there for the businesses, that they are provided with all the guidelines and everything that they need. So we're here to be a resource for sure for our business community, and we're also here to get the word out and let people know, support local. They're anxious to see you, or the business owners are going to be excited to see you, and you now have this opportunity to go in and meet these very enthusiastic business owners and people who have been really just champs throughout this and keeping their doors open.
Yeah, two things that come to mind when you describe that, Diana, are patience and grace. Right? Allow the business owner allowing themselves grace, that, not to internalize all of these external conditions that are happening in the world, but also the patience for even us to get to this date, to be safe and do the right things, and pull together as a community. And then I just really appreciate the West Valley Chamber being a resource, a well for those resources to be available. So then so tapping into all of those things, what do you think survival or sustaining business looks like? So I heard you mention some of the pivots that some of the stores did by adding groceries and curbside delivery. What does the next phase of survival, just in your opinion, look like for most business owners?
Well, some of the businesses picked up some good habits and maybe a new revenue source by way of enhancing their website and their ability to shop online and to actually go pick them up or have it delivered here locally. So I think that that's going to be something that continues. I think they're going to continue to offer that online, because at this point, the convenience of online shopping is a little too convenient for our local economy. So we want to make sure that we do offer those types of things as we move forward. And it's like we spoke about earlier today, Rhonda, we're not just going to get back to work and just pick up where we left off. And the patience and grace that you speak of are instrumental there, because yes, we opened, but we have to be patient with the process of recovering and actually growing from this point. It isn't going to happen overnight. And that's why wonderful people like you, Rhonda, and Bob Blumenfield's Community Action Team for Economic Development are so instrumental in helping the business community get back on their feet and stay there and thrive.
I like that. And I'm glad that you said that word, because that's where it's at. That's the next step of things. But you also mentioned in our pre-talks that one of the keys to thriving is resources. It's information.
Yes,
Can you say a
absolutely.
little more about that, or maybe giving us an example of one of those resources that we as business owners could tap into.
Sure. Well, the local elected officials have been absolutely terrific in providing information that we can forward to the business community. They have really stepped up and made sure that they're letting us know about all of the funding programs that were available through this time, and just, making sure that we knew the guidelines. And I would say the restaurant industry really, they had to make so many changes, like, okay, you're open. Okay, you're open in this way. Okay, you're no longer open in this way. And as a restaurant owner or manager, food purchasing and the amount of labor that you had on a day-to-day basis was just incredibly unpredictable. And the fact that they weathered that storm is so great. But we're all hoping that moving forward, there's not going to be that influx of, okay, what are we doing today? Today is, it's going to remain this way for a while. So some of our, we just recently did a survey as our Chamber of Commerce, and the top three concerns were rehiring and staffing. And then also many of the businesses needed to spend a little bit of money on some construction and renovations in order to comply with the guidelines through the COVID-19 safer at home orders and things. So there was money spent there. And then the other one is desirability, which is an ongoing concern in our community, just, making sure that everything's clean and things like that at their storefronts. Yeah. And we won't go into that entire issue, but it has a lot to do with the unsheltered and safety and things like that. So, so the areas that we know we can really help are providing resources for them on where to get employees, how to fill their labor needs. One thing that the economic development team that we talked about was the availability of youth in the summer. So we have those resources, and high school students are great for this time when we need to fill that in and get through this transition. So you'll be hearing more about that.
Oh no,
and that's one example.
Sounds like it. But there also isn't. I hear you opened this whole session talking about opportunities. So what's one thing that you think that every business owner should access, take advantage of, or do today? Anybody that's in the sound of our voice, what should they do?
They should connect with the Chamber of Commerce, their local Chamber of Commerce. Of course, if you're in the West San Fernando Valley, then we'd love to hear from you. We have, like you mentioned, just a well of resources, and that is what we do. We spend our time thinking about how we can help our economy and how we can help our small business community. Each minute of the day is filled with those thoughts for the staff. So please reach out to us and let us assist you and provide you with those resources and information. And I would say, just staying connected, and ask your friends in business and learn from one another. And all of those things are available to you right now. And we should definitely be tapping into that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we really promote here on the Road to Recovery is, the engagement of our emerging and established entrepreneurs to get the information that they need to act on it, because information plus implementation equals the transformation that they're looking for in their businesses. One of the things I do want to
Mhm.
acknowledge is that the West Valley Chamber is doing a wonderful job of partnering with Bob Blumenfield's office for an upcoming event. Do you want to share a little bit about those details?
I would be happy to. On June 30th, we are having an event called The Future of Retail and Restaurants. And we have a wonderful moderator in Miss Ronda Jackson here. We're so excited to have you. And we're going to be providing experts in various fields. I mentioned some of the areas of concern for restaurant and retail industry earlier. We're going to bring people forward that can help with information, resources, and hopefully solutions throughout this recovery process for the restaurant and retail specific. So we're really looking forward to providing that. Again, it's June 30th. It's at 3:30, and it's going to be just filled with information that you will be able to use.
Yeah, I'm excited to be participating in an event like this, to be able to bring forward that kind of information and those resources. And what I'll definitely do is have the information for the chamber as well as for the future of retail and restaurants in the description box below. And you guys know where to find that. That's right below that little red button that says subscribe. So make sure you click on that. And Diana, as this unfolds, as the chamber gets more resources, please promise that you'll come back and share more with us, and that we'll have another segment similar to this with more information.
I would be happy to, and you are such a gracious host, and I really enjoyed talking with you this morning. And just, heads up, everyone, we're gonna get through this, and we are going to be thriving before you know it.
Thank you, Diana. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much, Rhonda.